How many times have you heard someone say that they wanted to be the absolute best at something? I mean, really think about it. Maybe not someone else. Maybe it was you that said that you wanted to be the best. It makes me think about something that Hall of Fame wide receiver Jerry Rice said, and that was that in order to do what others can't someday, you have to be willing to do what they won't do today. Well, it's the builder, and it's time to build minds with minds like mine. Welcome to Will Wednesdays. It don't have anything to do with the day of the week, but it has everything to do with what you think, feel, and speak. It has to do with your ability to win each day. So what are you willing to do for your greatness? I mean, in order to be great, it has to happen on purpose. It's not going to just happen by happenstance or accident. You're going to just stumble into being great. Some work has to be done. As football season is in the air, I think about Peyton Manning, one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. He said, you know what? Being great is lonely. Learning how to take the steps and the necessary tools to be the best at your craft, it could be lonely. And I really wondered what he meant by making that statement. But you always hear that leader, he shows up early, or she happens to leave after everybody else. Typically by themselves. There's something being done when nobody else is around, when nobody else is watching. They're putting in a certain amount of work. I just happened to be reading a story that talked about this young musician, and he happened to play the trumpet, and he talked about how he wanted to be the absolute best at playing his horn. He studied some of the greats, even went off to go to an arts school to study music. Even talked about how as early as at 6:30 in the morning, he could hear the trombone player on one floor and the saxophone player on another floor beginning to key in their tunes. All because the noise ordinance ended at 6 o'clock. So they got up as early as possible to start putting in work on their craft. So this young trumpeter said that he happened to meet one of the best trombone players he had ever met in his life. And he happened to say, you know what, one day I want to play as good as you. And the trombonist took his horn away from his face and looked at him face to face, eye to eye, and said, are you willing to do anything to be the best? At that time, the young trumpet player took a step back and really began to self-analyze himself and ask the question, was he willing to do anything at all to be the best? So today I ask you, take an inventory of what it is you're doing right now. If it's some craft you're committed to and you're truly trying to be the best, are you willing to do anything for it? And if the answer to that question is no, then today, take a moment, take some time to write out a list and prioritize those things in top priority order, from the most important to the least important, and get to work on your list. But realize whatever you put at the top, you gotta be willing to do any and everything for it to see it come to fruition. Now listen, I understand we all don't know what we don't know, so we must continuously look for room to grow. Understand that if you are not willing to sacrifice for what it is you want, then what you want becomes the sacrifice. And if you will, I will, we will, let's build.